Some friendships feel like they were written in the stars. That's how it was with me and Alina. We met on the first day of college, two nervous 18-year-olds assigned to the same dorm room. She was from a small town upstate. I was from the suburbs. We had nothing in common except fear and a box of instant noodles. By the end of that first week, we were inseparable. For 15 years she was my person. The one I called when my mother got sick. The one who showed up at my door with ice cream when my first serious relationship ended. The one who stood beside me at my wedding, crying harder than anyone, handing me tissues while I walked down the aisle to Shane. She caught the bouquet at that wedding. We laughed about it for years. See, she'd say, "I'm next. The universe is telling you." I wanted that for her. I wanted her to find what I'd found with Shane. He was quiet and steady, the kind of man who remembered anniversaries and brought tea without being asked. He wasn't flashy or exciting, but he was solid. He was mine. Alina dated. A lot. She had a type, artistic, unreliable, always on the verge of something big that never quite happened. I listened to every story, offered advice, held her hand when it ended badly. That's what best friends do. Then 2 years ago, everything changed. Alina got sick. Really sick. Her kidneys were failing. She needed a transplant, and she needed it fast. Her family was tested. No match. She went on the waiting list, but the list was years long. She didn't have years. I watched my best friend fade away. Watched her lose weight, lose color, lose hope. She tried to be brave, but I saw the fear in her eyes. The fear of dying before she'd really lived. I got tested without telling her. Just in case. I never thought I'd be a match. What were the odds? The call came on a Tuesday afternoon. "Lena?" The voice on the phone was my doctor. "I have your test results. You're a match. A perfect match." I sat down heavily. "Are you sure?" 100%. "If you want to donate, you can. You could save her life." I didn't hesitate. Didn't think. Didn't question. Schedule it. As soon as possible. I told Alina that night. She cried so hard she couldn't speak. She kept shaking her head, saying, "No, you can't do this for me." I held her hands and looked into her eyes. "Yes, I can. Yes, I will. You're my best friend. I'm not letting you die." The surgery was scheduled for 3 months later. Those 3 months were intense. Medical tests, psychological evaluations, consultations with specialists. They had to make sure I was healthy enough, stable enough, ready enough. I passed every test. Shane was supportive through all of it. He came to appointments, held my hand, told me how proud he was. "You're saving a life," he said. "That's incredible." I thought I had the perfect husband and the perfect best friend. I was wrong about both. The surgery day arrived. I remember waking up in the hospital, groggy and sore, with Alina's mother sitting beside me. She was crying, holding my hand. "She made it," the woman whispered. "You saved her. You saved my daughter." I smiled through the pain. Worth it. Recovery was hard. Harder than I expected. They'd taken a kidney out of my body, and my body knew something was missing. I was tired all the time. Sore all the time. But every time I saw Alina, getting stronger, getting healthier, getting her life back, I knew I'd made the right choice. 6 months passed. Alina was fully recovered. She was dating again, working again, living again. We talked every week, though not as often as before. Life got busy. That's normal. That's okay. Then Shane started acting strange. Late nights at work. Distracted when he was home. His phone always face down. I told myself I was being paranoid. He was under stress. Work was busy. It meant nothing. One night, he came home and I smelled perfume on his collar. Not my perfume. "Long day," he said, kissing my forehead. "I'm exhausted." I said nothing. But something shifted. A few weeks later, I was cleaning out my closet when I found an envelope tucked behind some old shoeboxes. It wasn't addressed to me. It was addressed to Shane. The return address was Alina's. I stared at it for a long time. Then I opened it. Inside was a wedding invitation. Beautiful, elegant, expensive. Alina was getting married. To someone named Marcus. I didn't know any Marcus. But the date was next month. And the venue was a vineyard we'd visited together years ago. I should have been happy for her. I was happy for her. But something felt wrong. Why hadn't she told me? Why was the invitation in Shane's things? I called her that night. Hey, I found something interesting today. Oh, her voice was careful. Too careful. A wedding invitation. For you. In Shane's closet. Silence. Alina? You getting married? Lena, I can explain. To who? Who's Marcus? Longer silence. Then she spoke, her voice barely a whisper. Marcus is what Shane's friends call him. His middle name. He hates it when people use it. The world stopped. What are you talking about? Shane's name is Shane. Lena. She was crying now. Shane and I, we've been together for months. We didn't know how to tell you. After you gave me the kidney, everything changed. We spent so much time together while you were recovering. He was there for me, and I was there for him. And one thing led to another, and you're sleeping with my husband. It's more than that. We're in love. We're getting married. Next month. The wedding invitation I found. It's for you and Shane. Yes. I sat on the floor of my bedroom, the invitation crumpled in my hand, and listened to my best friend tell me she was marrying my husband. I gave you a kidney, I whispered. I gave you a part of my body, and you repay me by taking my husband. We didn't plan this. It just happened. Nothing just happens. You chose this. Both of you. Every single day, you chose to lie to me, to betray me, to destroy me. Lena, please. I hung up. The next few weeks were a blur. Shane came home that night to find his bags packed and waiting by the door. I didn't scream. Didn't cry. Didn't beg. I just pointed. Get out. Lena, let me explain. There's nothing to explain. I read the messages. I know everything. You've been sleeping with my best friend for months. You're marrying her next month. Get out. He tried to argue. I didn't listen. He left. The divorce was finalized in 4 months. Shane didn't fight it. He was too busy planning his wedding to Alina. The wedding that should have been mine. To the man who should have been mine. With the best friend who should have loved me. I heard through mutual friends that the wedding was beautiful. Alina wore white. Shane wore a tux. They cried during their vows. Everyone said it was the most romantic thing they'd ever seen. I spent that day alone in my apartment, drinking tea and staring at the wall. I didn't cry. I was past crying. I was past feeling. Months passed. Then a year. Then 2. I rebuilt my life. Slowly, painfully, piece by piece. I changed jobs. Moved to a new city. Made new friends. Learned to be alone. To be enough on my own. The scar from my kidney donation was a constant reminder of what I'd given, and what it had cost me. Then last month I got a call. Lena. A woman's voice. Familiar, but I couldn't place it. Yes. It's Alina's mother. I almost hung up. But something in her voice stopped me. Please don't hang up. I know I have no right to call you. I know what my daughter did to you was unforgivable. But I'm calling because she's sick again. I said nothing. Her body is rejecting the kidney. Yours. The one you gave her. The doctors say she needs another transplant, but there's no time. The list is too long. She's dying, Lena. And you want me to what? Give her another organ? After she took my husband? No. I don't want anything from you. I just thought you should know. She's been asking for you. Every day. She asks for you. She says she needs to tell you something before she dies. I hung up. I thought about it for days. About Alina. About Shane. About the kidney. About everything. In the end I went. She was in a hospital bed, smaller than I remembered, paler than I remembered. Machines beeped around her. Tubes snaked from her arms. When she saw me, she started to cry. You came. I came. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve you. No. You don't. She nodded weakly. I know. I know what I did was unforgivable. I've had 2 years to think about it, to hate myself for it, to wish I could take it back. But I can't. I can never take it back. Why did you do it? She closed her eyes. Because I was jealous. Because you had everything. The perfect marriage, the perfect life, the perfect love. And I had nothing. I wanted something of yours. Something just for me. My husband. Yes. And then when you gave me the kidney, it made it worse. You saved my life. And I repaid you by destroying yours. I've hated myself every day since. I sat in the chair beside her bed. Shane. Gone. He left 6 months after the wedding. Said he couldn't look at me without thinking of you. Said he made a mistake. Said he wished he'd never met me. I didn't feel satisfaction. Didn't feel joy. Just emptiness. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. I know it's not enough. I know nothing will ever be enough. But I needed you to know that before I go. I stayed with her until she fell asleep. Then I left. She died 3 days later. I went to the funeral. Sat in the back. Watched her mother cry. Watched her father speak. Watched 100 people remember a woman I'd loved and hated and lost. Afterward, her mother handed me an envelope. She wanted you to have this. Inside was a letter. Short. Just a few lines. Lena. I'm giving it back. The kidney. Not literally, but in the only way I can. I've arranged for my body to be donated to science. Maybe someone else can benefit from what you gave me. Maybe some good can come from all this pain. I'm sorry for everything. I hope someday you can forgive me. Alina. I folded the letter and put it in my pocket. I don't know if I'll ever forgive her. Some betrayals cut too deep. But I know this. I saved her life once. And in the end, she tried to give something back. That has to count for something. I donated a kidney to my best friend. She married my husband. Then she died. It's not a happy story. It's not a revenge story. It's just a story. A story about love and betrayal and loss and the complicated, messy, heartbreaking business of being human. I'm still here. Still healing. Still learning to trust. And that's enough. That has to be enough.